So for Touchpoint Global Network, it was again via divine inspiration. I had been in the marketplace for over 11 years. My background is in IT. So I was working for a prestigious company at the highest level. And I remember the call of God came so strongly in my life in 2018, and they told me to transition, that I should resign, and he would show me where to go. So I did tend the resignation by faith, and I transitioned to a season of waiting on the Lord in prayer and fasting, just believing Him what next. And then 2 years later, after that season of wilderness, He now led me to have Touchpoint. And Touchpoint, its the inspiration behind the name is just that, like the ministry being a point where people now experience testimonies, transformation, breakthroughs. So that is the idea behind it. It's like a touch point for every individual who comes in contact with it. So, and I've seen the testimonies unfolding, that everyone who has interacted with our teachings, with our Bible study, they have experienced the transformation. So we are a touch point for God as a ministry. Based on the growth that we've seen over time with Touchpoint Global Network, God now led us to set apart for the marketplace. So this initiative is anchored on Acts chapter 13, and verse 3, and Psalms chapter 4, verse 2. And the whole idea is, when God spoke to me, He said that I am the one who has set apart people for the work that they are doing. In Acts 13, the Holy Spirit said, when they were ministering to Him, set apart for me Paul and Barnabas for the work to which I have called them. So immediately God said, I need you to raise up people for me in the marketplace, discipling them, walking with them in an immersion experience through the programs that you'll have, so that they can be able to leverage faith for their marketplace assignment. So our expectation is that believers will be able to rise in terms of their assignment, to know that they are there because God is counting on them. God is counting on them. We've learned that our marketplace assignment, that's our ministry. Ministry is not for the fivefold, as we see it in the Bible. It's not for pastors, teachers, evangelists, apostles, and prophets. Ministry is for all of us as believers. It's only that we are designated different places. So there are those who are designated for the four walls of the church, and then the rest of us are designated in the offices that God has given us, which are our marketplace and our harvest field. So we desire to see believers having a mind change concerning their marketplace assignment, knowing that they are there as God's ambassadors for that assignment. So the programs are meant to disciple, to walk with believers, so that we can have biblical foundations to thrive in the marketplace, to have ethical leadership, to be able to lead authentically without losing their Christian values. That is what we desire to see. And it is now we achieve that now through marketplace teachings, marketplace intercession, and marketplace conversations. For the teaching, now we have the courses, which are 8 modules. So having facilitators, expert mentors, and coaches who are in the industries, leading in their own industries. So we're bringing on board, collaborating with a lot of experts to bring that experience, spiritual experts, that is, to bring that experience as we go through the modules. And then the intercessions are very key, because we know from Psalm 4:2, God has said that He has set apart the godly for Himself, and He hears when they call. So that birthed the marketplace intercession, because when we have been set apart by Him, we need divine intervention. So He hears when we call. That is marketplace intercession. We have targeted intercession for marketplace, and that's why today we launched the devotional, to be able to also just share that aspect of 40-day devotional, to which incorporates a short teaching, including specific for the industries, and including a marketplace intercession. So that is what we envision so far, that after the 8-week experience, the believer's mindset will be transformed. transformed, that they will be grounded in their faith to thrive in the marketplace assignment, that they will steward the assignment well, they would have kingdom wealth as they also engage with the program, and they will be able to stand out, and we commission them as marketplace ambassadors. I had an opportunity to be part of a group, it's called Visionary Campus Accelerator Program. So there I was able to dive deeper into the vision that God gave me, so that it's not like just dreaming that, okay, this is what I've been given and I'm running with it, but we have to put pragmatical steps, structures around it, so that now this vision can be competitive. And we're able to look at who are the competitors, quote unquote, for this assignment. We've seen other professional bodies, and the niche that we have is the discipleship kind of, because a lot of them come together, they gather, and that's it. You come for one event and you're done. But now when you have, and that's why even when you look at education, it takes time for people to be grounded and to be able to understand the subject matter. So we're giving it time, grounding the people on specific key subjects that are important for the marketplace. So that is one key niche that we're having, that will disciple them, grounding them, training them, so that they can go out and shine their light for Christ. So it's the diving deep into it, not just gathering and then going, but now when they are grounded, they are able to even make that decision without waiting for the next gathering, because now they have the tools that they need, they have the structures, they have all the resources that they need, and they can be able to refer to anytime they need to make a decision, anytime they need to make a transition in terms of the marketplace assignment. First of all, I'm really honored that God showed up for himself, because he's the owner of the vision. We are just co-creating and partnering with him for this vision to be made manifest here on earth. So it has been a great success. He has exceeded our expectation in terms of the planning and the vision casting concerning the vision. So what we have in place immediately after the launch is now the enrollment, which will be from July. So the enrollment is ongoing, registration for all the candidates and the participants that we are targeting to come on board. At the same time, we are partnering with different facilitators, experts in their own kind, kingdom leaders who are thriving in the marketplace, to also come on board, who have experience to be able to take us through some of the key courses. So that is what is, so registration is what we've registered today, and what we'll be able to reach out to more people as well. And then the facilitators, immediately that's done, by end of July, we're giving it 2 to 3 weeks. So end of the last week of July, the classes are scheduled to begin. For today's event, for me, just seeing that the people understand the vision, because you can tell when whatever you're communicating is clear or not. So first of all, the fact that God has given me the clarity of the vision is a blessing, because when you don't know what you're executing, then you can't find direction. But once there's that clarity concerning this is what you're executing, then it gives you peace to navigate. So I'm grateful that there was clarity that I received, and I was able to dispense it to the participants and to the people who honored us by being here today. And they have been able to understand the vision, and the participation is already from the response, the receiving of the vision, and the way they're anticipating and looking forward to begin the classes. For me, that has been a blessing. I also love the panel discussion, because that is a representation of marketplace conversations, which we already began, and even have a documentary, just conversations with kingdom leaders who are already thriving in the different industries and sectors. So to see that rich panel, different fields and sectors represented, different challenges, but the panelists being able to articulate that our faith is what helped us to navigate this. Our faith is what is sustaining us. Our faith is responsible for the growth and the impact we've experienced. That for me was a blessing, because it has shown me that this vision is actually needed, because these are individuals who are succeeding on their own, but now coming together in a community of set apart for the marketplace, then each and everyone and many others can be able to have that kind of impartation, have that kind of experience, and therefore continue to thrive in their assignment. I would really desire that people to understand that their calling is from God. A lot of the times, there comes a moment where those who are confused, who don't know even about calling, who are just existing, they do not attribute their existence to God. It's like, okay, let me just live. Okay, maybe there's a God somewhere. Maybe if he wants, he will give me direction. If he doesn't want, I'll just continue to live. Many people live without purpose. And for those who have discovered their purpose, as they continue to grow, sometimes it becomes difficult for them to continue to maintain the grounding, the principles of faith. Sometimes once people have risen, they tend to negate. A lot of the times there's that negating of their faith. So I just desire that people would know they are called of God. God is the one who's saying, set apart for me this individual for this work. If you're a secretary, if you're a cleaning, God has set you apart for that. And the beauty is, as you steward it faithfully, even if it seems quote unquote like something that you feel like you are unqualified for, or you feel like this is something that is demeaning, when you steward it faithfully, you will continue to rise to the greatest level of your assignment and calling. So understanding that you have been called, there's a process of consecration by the Holy Spirit, through teachings, through immersions, through mindset change. All these are processes of consecration, and then now you're commissioned to continue to shine. The marketplace is our ministry, and our excellence and how we show up is now the aspect of how we evangelize. Know your call is from God. Know that you're in the process of being consecrated, and you're commissioned from heaven to go and influence that sphere of the sphere that God has given you for Him. For someone who's struggling to integrate faith and their career in business and how to leverage faith, I would actually just let them know that there's, first of all, the challenge would be, why are they separating them in the first place? Because they are one. When you understand that your calling is from someone, that someone you're accountable to him, then you wouldn't separate, because you need him. And that's where now faith comes in, knowing that I have this call, but this call is not my own. I have a caller. This caller, I relate with him, I connect with him through faith. So I cannot separate this calling from the faith that is needed. So there's no need for separation. First, understand that there's somebody who has called you. There's somebody you're accountable to, higher than maybe your bosses. You're accountable to him. When you're accountable to him, how do you relate with him? It takes faith for us to relate with God. Our relationship, our Christian journey is a journey of faith. So you need your faith for that assignment. You need to know that you have a standby help, and that is the Holy Spirit. You're not alone. Your assignment is from God through you being executed on the earth. So you need to reconcile your faith and your marketplace assignment so that you can be able to thrive. Do not separate. Know that there is somebody who has called you, and the way to connect with that person is through your faith. So therefore, you need to merge the two so that you can consistently experience success in all that you undertake.